Hey, my guys and goddesses. Welcome to Cherry Baby's Ghetto Ass Tarot. What we say we want, we do we want, but what we won't be is disrespectful. Okay? You either what, Capricorn, or you may have Capricorn in your chart. Okay? Let's knock out some old energy real quick. Alright. Let's pray. Alright. Spirit, ancestors, my highest light, thank you as we go into gods and goddesses energy. I ask that you block all self-attack, all evil eye, return it back to center, transmute, blessing bliss. Please give us the clear message that we need at this time. For strong hedge protection around this energy. Thank you, my reaches. Thank you, my angels. Thank you, my deceased loved ones, and my highest light. And thank you, Holy Spirit. Shannon. I told you I was dealing with an earth sign. I said Capricorn, right? That's an earth sign. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn stepped in on the situation, but a secret is removed surrounding something. Some form of secret. I'm hearing when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Confirmation from my sun phone. Okay? I'm hearing impressive. Something was impressive. Something surrounding communication. Some secret removed surrounding communication. We have Leo, 12th house, North Node energy, raising hell about something. Okay? Yeah. About some form of somebody being out of the Jupiter surrounding something. Yeah. Air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, 12th house, North Node energy. Water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, 12th house, North Node energy. Yeah, Empress. We dealing with a Libra? Yeah. We got Fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, 12th house, North Node. Oh, I said 12th house, North Node energy. Fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Virgo, 12th house, North Node energy. Capricorn. Gemini, 12th house, North Node energy. Aquarius, 12th house. Aries, 12th house, North Node energy. Remove some form of illusion surrounding our Sagittarius, 12th house, North Node energy. Surrounding astrology or social media. Yeah, Scorpio, 12th house, North Node energy. Being undisciplined surrounding the Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Alright. We have Pisces, 12th house, North Node energy. Gemini, Leo. For the Cancer, 12th house, North Node energy. Learn the lesson surrounding this Taurus. Alright. So let's go. Alright. What I got out of this thing, yeah, with grief in reverse and fearless love. Okay. Somebody wants someone to be open about something. Okay. We got grief in reverse and fearless love. They like, be open to something. Be open to some form of relationship. But I don't think somebody understood something clearly surrounding something. Right? I don't think somebody saw something clearly. Let's go. Yeah. Good juju invert. They didn't see something clearly. Okay? When they went about something. Alright, somebody wasn't betraying someone. Yeah, somebody just can't see. Yeah, we're feeling safe in reverse. Somebody just couldn't see a situation clearly. They're giving and receiving in reverse. Oh, now somebody want to give and receive. Oh, my bad. That's what it gave. Like, as soon as I set it down, it went from reverse to upright. Like, my bad. I ain't mean to do that. Yeah. Somebody, you didn't self-sabotage, somebody didn't self-sabotage surrounding something. Okay? Yeah, surrounding feeling safe in reverse, you have, it's no worries. That's the new thing they saying now. Instead of saying, no, it's okay, no problem, it's no worries. Okay? You have no worries surrounding something. Alright? Somebody, this is what I got out of it. Somebody wanted it to come off as if, let's just say me as a reader. I'm a reader. So I'm just going to read the energy however it's coming. Right? Because I'm the reader, I have to be outside looking in. Alright? A lot of times. Until I say it me as a reader. And because every time and that's why I think I said this in my other reading, when somebody keeps using my intellect against me or keep using intellect against somebody, it's like every time somebody uses their smarts to do something, they take it personal. Like there's no other person watching. Like there's nobody else looking at it. It's just me. It's like somebody just sends you with the energy to the point where other people can't manifest. Instead of allowing things to flow. It's just like water. Water is a flow. You don't see people putting water in a line unless you put barriers there. So the only way you can block flow is if you put a barrier there. When somebody keeps blocking the flow by saying, no, that ain't it. No, I don't feel it's like somebody keeps doing that. It's blocking the flow. And what is also water? What do water create? Currency in waves. You can't create your own wave. You can't create currency. And what is currency? Money. When you block the flow, you can't move nowhere. And somebody just keeps taking something on a confirmation. Somebody keeps taking something from a relation that they wear their heart on their sleeve. And there's nothing wrong with that because I do it. But it's just a simple fact, like, why are you doing that at a time like now? There's people outside of you watching this. They don't think this shit cute. I'm pretty sure a lot of them wish they was back in the studio making some money. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people who wants to create a movie or a film or a script. They don't want to get caught up in your shit. They could care fucking less. I know I do. Yeah, somebody was just completely that's why somebody has bad juju, because they was just so unhealed that it was just in the fucking way of every damn thing. And maybe that's possibly why somebody put them in a spot where they will have no choice but to heal, but they're not doing that. Alright? Get my intuition on point. Okay? Surrounding something. And it's like, who cares? Who cares? Now you're free from something. Yeah, somebody's not going to get a radical rebirth because you don't have anything to be ashamed about. Surrounding some form of alchemy. Yeah, somebody just spoke up for a lot of people surrounding how they should be able to shine. Now people are awakened to what's going on. Okay? So whoever it is, water, Cancer, like Scorpio, 12th house North Node energy, or Air, Gemini, Aquarius, 12th house North Node energy, or Empress, or something like that. That didn't apply to me. That didn't apply to my collective. That didn't apply to y'all. Because y'all know exactly what the fuck going on here. When you know who you are in a situation, you already know, hey, I can't relate. That ain't my issue right there. But people who are not awakened to what's going on here, it applies to them. Because they're choosing not to grow. Who has time to hold people's hand when people trying to make money and trying to move forward? And I'm assuming somebody wanted someone to have bad juju. I don't have no bad juju. I did what was necessary. Get the fuck out my energy if you don't mean me no damn good. I meant what I said. Every time you look around, it's some nonsense. It's some bullshit. Why do everybody got to be a part of that? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Here. We gotta keep going in reverse, okay? So you said, whatever that is, okay? Yeah. Only do that one time, okay? Don't. Yeah. Because somebody wants to continue a cycle that involves spiritual knowledge, okay? Or you want somebody to continue something surrounding spiritual knowledge. You like, I ain't gonna do that again. No, you good. You good. It's no problem, okay? Our cycle's still gonna continue surrounding spiritual knowledge, alright? You was just trying to teach people how to look at placements and be okay with memory. People have a problem with memory, but that's a part of you. If you don't, your memory is very, very important when you're learning astrology or you watching readings. Okay? And that's basically what I was doing. Like, you need to know how to now don't just look at the chart. Don't just look at yourself. Don't just understand yourself, but actually remember it. That's what strengthens your pineal gland. That's what strengthens your mind. That's what makes your third eye thrive. I know sometimes y'all get that little itch in the middle of your forehead. It itch so bad, you like, I don't want no bumps right there, and so you just keep rubbing it over and over and over. That you're going through an awakening. You're going through an awakening when that happens. But overall, people are happy. They are so happy. They're like, oh my God, oh my God. It's really giving starstruck. That's how I felt when I was doing that reading. When I was talking, I said something about Lauryn Hill or something in one of my readings. Well, I had a moment like that. I was like, I cried it when I got off the camera, of course. I was like crying because I was like, I was crying. Yeah. I was. But we got Get Loose and Companionship. People are happy, okay? They're glad you did something. You changed their outlook surrounding whatever that is, okay? Maybe they didn't believe in your gifts at first. They didn't believe in it. And then they then found out that you are an ascended master. They didn't think you were, but you really are. Knowledge don't have an age. I guess that's what they're learning now. Yeah. Your age doesn't determine your wisdom. Your maturity and your experience do. Okay? And that's what you're teaching them. Yeah, they didn't see the signs in that. Just bring it to me, baby. Yeah, success is here for you. Okay? Yeah, surrounding something creative. You created your reality, and abundance is here. Okay? Somebody was just trying to block you from connecting, but you're now awakened to who is some form of attachment, okay? Yeah. Somebody wants to little boy you or little girl you or something, and that was blocking you from making your wish, but they didn't know how elusive you really were. They did not know. Alright, you might have been dealing with a mother figure or something like that who just refused to grow. Alright, yeah, somebody who was stalking someone, but somebody's intuition was on point, and that's why, alright, a new beginning is not going to take place for whoever that is that kept doing something. Alright, because somebody kept going, they continued to flow. Alright, it was something surrounding music healing in reverse. You were very focused. Maybe you were meditating, and you were balancing your masculine and your feminine energy. Like you knew where to apply your emotions as well as your dominance. All right. And that's what made you powerful. All right. Spirit is saying also do a little bit more self-care. Do some things that you like to do that makes you feel happy inside. Okay. You know, sometimes the way I see it, right? Sometimes your passion is not always your purpose. Like I had a passion to be a celebrity stylist, right? My ultimate passion was to be that, right? But not everybody passion is their truest purpose, right? So God put me somewhere else and said, I got something better for you. And that's maybe what God is doing for you. I got something better for you. That's what I'm hearing. I have something better for you. All right. Hold on real quick. All right, I'm back. Did I use these cards already? I did. I'm about to go back in there. Maybe you had some more to say. You got King of Swords, authority figure. We got the Four of Swords and the Knight of Wands, okay? You or somebody might have shot some form of magic because you was just like, I'm not finna be in my head about none of this shit. None of that. Somebody might have thought that somebody wasn't going to be able to pick up your energy. A King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You might have been dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or you are that. Somebody from the past. They might not have thought that your energy could be picked up. Now they don't, that flew clean over there like, nah. That flew way over there. I wish you saw it. It was like, hell nah. Like somebody just was like, hell nah. Fuck somebody up. Okay? Now somebody doesn't want to argue about something. Okay, we got the Four of Wands. Alright. You like, I'm not finna be in my head about no affair or no one night stand or something that happened in the past. I'm not about to be in my motherfucking head about that shit. Okay? Yeah. Talk about something else. Ten of Pentacles. That's what I got. Let's talk about some money. That's what you was at. You like, man, look, I ain't got time for none of that. I don't give a fuck. That's what you got? Yeah. Yeah, we got the Knight of Pentacles. You were just waiting on somebody's guard to be down. Okay, you were sitting patiently. You was waiting on something. You might have been waiting on some form of clarity. Yeah, it was the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. That was under the King of Swords. Okay, yeah, with the Ten of Cups in reverse. They don't want somebody to see their child. Okay, it was a Queen of Cups in the energy. Somebody do not want that. Okay, that's what was blocking you. Maybe you didn't know that. Yeah, you didn't know that. Yeah, that's why some form of wish that you wanted didn't take place. Because somebody had someone in their energy that kept preventing that from happening. So maybe you wanted to... Yeah, it's making you unemotional. Yeah, you got the Ace of Pentacles. You feel like somebody deserves an opportunity. Yeah, some form of fast communication going to take place. Okay, but somebody doesn't want to argue with you. They do not want to argue with you. Yeah. Somebody, yeah, you're going to be celebrated. Somebody going to be in despair because they really didn't know that tower was coming. Yeah, we have Tower. Somebody like, what? Now they feel burdened because it's almost like somebody, this is what it gave. All right. It's kind of like somebody was at a party full of all these big people, right? And they started doing goofy shit, but they didn't know that these were big people or somebody who get high around somebody. You ever been around somebody who just be tweaking when they high or something like that? That's what it gave. Instead of just be chilling and think about real shit and talking about real shit and talk about life. This type of person, they hit the blunt and they start tweaking. That's what I got. Like, everything's funny. Have you ever met somebody like that? All of a sudden, they overly observant. Like, they hit the blunt and then they just start talking about, I don't know, your hairline or something. Like, that shit had anything to do with the fact that y'all were watching, I don't know, Three Is Company. Like, you could be you could have been sitting back watching, I don't know, something completely different from what the hell somebody was on. And somebody thought it was a perfect time to be this childish. And they realize that now they realizing, like, maybe I shouldn't have did that. That's what I got out of it. Yeah, that's what I got out of it. Somebody like, maybe I shouldn't have did that. That made me mad when somebody did me like that. Ooh, I ain't gonna lie. Somebody did me like that. And I was so mad. I can't even, like, all of a sudden, they start noticing that you real quiet, or, I don't know. Like, they just, why you quiet? What you thinking about? Like they got all these damn questions, and you just chilling. Like, you really chilling. And that's what it gave, right? That's what it gave. Take these cards. All right. Secret Society is saying that somebody need to mind their business, okay? Or an abrupt end gonna take place with the death card. Okay, somebody's just not gonna be in their feelings about something. All right. They didn't know judgment was being called on them. All right. Yeah. The Emperor reverse is shocked about something. Yeah, an ex-lover. Something surrounding an ex-lover or a fake friend or something like that. Yeah. A Libra energy. An ex-fiance or ex-lover that felt under there. They're like, mind your business, leave something alone, or an abrupt end gonna happen for you. Okay? That could be anything. All right? Because you keep bringing cruelty when somebody just not need feelings about whatever the fuck that is. Okay? Somebody's fascinated about his mother, about how something smoothly was done and transformed. Okay? Because, yeah. For somebody to stop looking into something. Because people were getting frustrated about the imbalances that they were bringing. This Scorpionic energy is not an ego about anything, okay? Yeah, they're going to turn something down because they realize that something was making someone struggle, okay? And somebody don't have mental issues, all right? Somebody's just not, there's somebody who's not fascinated about someone's gifts and secret. All right, but they're going to warm up to something, okay? An Aquarian energy, powerful masculine, okay? They felt like it was some form of injustice how somebody progressively moved forward because they really had a distorted view on someone, okay? But somebody was not picking on them. They dodged a bullet, okay? Or dodged a situation because they was making somebody struggle impulsively. Because they had tendencies to try to expose somebody. Okay? They wanted to dominate a situation to manipulate money, but they were rescued. Okay? Because some form of spiritual investigation has been resolved. They didn't know that somebody was trying to get them exiled. That was the clarity they needed. Because somebody was being real pessimistic about their success. They didn't know that. Yeah, somebody was trying to control them in secret. Somebody was trying to control them and test them in secret. They was hoping that bad news was going to be for them or something like that. They was trying to trap them in something, but somebody was loyal. Somebody just not inspired by what somebody was doing, okay? Yeah, it was a rivalry in the midst while somebody was doing readings or being seen. But somebody just was hell bent on trying to make somebody a sex symbol. They could manipulate that. Alright? Yeah. Yeah, they being asked to not come to us on to weaken them. Okay? All because they intimidated by someone's intellect. Okay? Trying to hide from the camera. I ain't going outside today. Couldn't find high tech. I'm hearing no ass today. One card, please. These cards be acting brand new when they ain't got to. Yeah, we have freedom. Okay, you're free from something. Yeah. Somebody can't shoot magic at you due to disloyalty. Yeah, you can celebrate. Alright. Just with channel in reverse, just make sure that you pay attention to every little detail surrounding something. Alright. Because somebody's going to try to disconnect you from a mother. So I'm hearing be ahead of the game. And it don't necessarily mean like disconnect as in you trying to be somebody's lover or something like that. Somebody's just going to try to disconnect you to get you to have a distorted view surrounding something that's coming. That's what I heard. It's coming. So let's just say something happened, hypothetically, in Brazil or something like that. And not saying something is happening in Brazil. I don't know. Okay? Or something could be happening, I don't know, New Mexico or something like that. And the type of person I am, I have a lot of water placements, so I take everything personal when I do readings because I actually care. And when I care too much, I get upset. Okay, I be in my feelings. All right. Because part of being an empath is you put yourself in other people's shoes surrounding something, right? Somebody around you is going to try to make you take whatever it is that somebody is saying, whether it's in a reading or whatever the situation. They're going to try to make you believe that something was against you. But you got to understand, you got other people who got similar placements as you. So you got, but if you carry some of the similar places as my child, you good. Because I'm gonna forever cuss anybody out about my baby. Okay, but it's one of those things like and you good whether you don't. But I know for a fact somebody cannot alternate some shit if you carry similar places as my baby, because I will cuss the motherfucker out. Okay, even if somebody else carry the same placement as you and my baby and they trying to manipulate, they'll get cussed out too. They're not exempt. Okay. They're not, because you play too damn much. Okay. And so what I'm getting out of this is somebody will try to alternate that. They will. Okay. And it's all because they don't want you to know what's going on before it happens. Okay? Because they feel like you should not know as much as you know. You should not have that much power. And some people just straight up and down childish. They like that type of shit. Okay? So the best way to go about it is just to ask. Just ask me. Okay? But a lot of times people are not woke enough to see something clearly surrounding whatever it is. And they're going to try to make things come off as if you should take something personal when the world is extremely too big to keep up with everything. Okay? So you have to look at something as a whole instead of looking at it as something that you should take and put in your pocket as something personal. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to the things around you, but don't get caught up in overindulging and overdoing something to the point where you cannot see, because you can block your intuition from overly doing something and assuming the worst when you have nothing to worry about. Okay? So let's sum this up, wrap this up. Alright. You done took a break from something. You're not going through any miscalculations or anything. But Spirit is saying try not to start conflict when there's no conflict there, because it's going to strip your protection. Okay, so maybe that's what somebody's going to try to aim for next, is to strip your protection by going up against somebody. Somebody's trying to challenge somebody when they need to meditate or take a spiritual bath. Keep your composure surrounding something. Keep your composure. Okay? Because something can flip. Okay? Something surrounding mainstream when you should use something as a form of healing. Alright? So it's really giving, like, just be mindful who you consider your real friends and give the best advice you could possibly give. But if somebody just don't want to receive your advice surrounding something, then it's one of those things, like, maybe you should self-evaluate on how you should go about something, because you don't want to allow your ego to get in the way to the point where it strips your protection surrounding something. Because somebody can just straight up envy your protection and want to dominate you, because you have this shit happening every day. It's not always. Sometimes people just want to strip you from your protection, and the protection is the very person that's guiding you and letting you know that don't take everything personal. That's your protection. When you start taking everything personal, you strip your own protection surrounding something. Okay? Alright. I hope this message helped you. Y'all be blessed.